And when somebody is constantly trying to put you down, it is very difficult for you to even hear how you feel about yourself, like your own opinion about who you are as a person. Hi, everybody. My name is Nikki, and welcome back to my channel. So, the other day I was talking about codependency and I was giving a story time. Um, I was saying how I'm in an unhealthy relationship, and a friend of mine, told me that she thinks it's because I am codependent. Um, I don't believe that I'm codependent. And I talked about that before. But before, like, completely dismissing what she had to say, I really wanted to do research. So this video series basically is about me trying to find out why I make some of the mistakes that I make. So the other day I gave a quote from Positive Psychology, and it said, the concept of codependency does still apply to families with substance abuse issues, but is used also to refer to other situations too. The main consequence of codependency is that codependents, busy taking care of others, forget to take care of themselves, resulting in a disturbance of identity development. So, with that part, there's half I agree with and half I don't. The first part where it says busy taking care of others. The person I'm in an unhealthy relationship with, I don't consider myself busy taking care of that person. I feel like I'm busy trying to get away. So that part doesn't apply to me, I don't think, from what I see. But resulting in a disturbance of identity development. I do agree with that. And I think that goes across the board with anybody who's in unhealthy relationships or abusive relationships. I think disturbance of identity development is inevitable because from what I find in my personal experience, because I've been in abusive relationships before, is that the person tries to get you to not see yourself or the good qualities in yourself. It is their mission, that is their goal. So no matter how much you think you deflect or how much you think that, like for instance, until recently, I thought that I was strong because I could deal with the situation that I was in or that I am in. But now that I see that's not me being strong, like all of the insults and all of the put downs and all of the triangulations and comparing me to other females and how that female is pretty and that female is whatever, and I'm thinking that, well, I'm being able to deflect all of those insults. So that makes me strong. But then the other day I realized that that's not true. That it's probably the opposite. And when somebody is constantly trying to put you down, it is very difficult for you to even hear how you feel about yourself, like your own opinion about who you are as a person. And that's what I've been trying to work on. What I am trying to work on is who am I to me, and like what do I want my life to be about, and not necessarily seeing myself through the eyes of the abuser, which a lot of victims inevitably go through, whether you realize it or not. And how do you get out of that? How do you get out of that cycle? How do you differentiate your voice from the other person's voice who's always trying to put you down or make you feel like you're not important? So, with that definition of codependency, I guess that part is applicable to me. And I'm trying to figure out, I don't know what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I think overall I have good self esteem in spite of some of the situations I've been in. But then I'm told that I don't have high self esteem by not the person I'm in an unhealthy relationship, but with people trying to help me see why I'm in that situation. They're saying, well, clearly something isn't right with the way you view yourself. So, how do you get a good perspective of how one sees oneself when the person that they spend a lot of time with is constantly trying to get you to not do that? So, with some of the research that I have done, I have found that the best way to find out who you are to yourself and for yourself is to get away from people who are toxic. There was a quote from I can't remember who it's by, but it's on social media that says, before you question your mental health or if your medication that doctors put you on is working, first consider who you hang around constantly. Like the people that you hang around, do they uplift you or do they put you down all the time? And are you always trying to fight the negative words that people say about you? So I guess what I'm saying is my goal now is to stay away from toxic people, unhealthy relationships, so that you can figure out who you are or who I am to myself and for myself. And that is not selfish. And it does not mean that I'm weak.